So it's 1904, and Russia is having a bit of a skirmish with Japan. Okay, Russia, it's got a lot of harbors, all right, but they're all in the north, and it's cold. It's cold up there. It's chilly. So basically, they're thinking it's a bit cold, a bit chilly. It's not very sleigh up here. We want a warm harbor.
It's not very skibbity up
No,
here.
absolutely not. So they're looking at China and their warm harbors, and they're thinking, I want a piece of that. I'd like a piece of that. But I'm not sure if you're very clued up on Japanese history, but invading China is like kind of their thing. They do it quite a lot. They're always stealing a bit of China. So basically, they're fuming at this, and a war breaks out, all right, between Russia and Japan. The war is going terribly. They're losing badly. And the Tsar, who's like the king of Russia, he says, oh, you know what? We need more boats involved in this primarily sea battle. So he puts together an order for the Baltic fleet, and he tells them, get on down there, get stuck in, right? Because it's so cold in their ports, they don't really see much action. They're kind of just looking at ice. But it's all good because these unexperienced sailors are put under the command of Admiral Zinovy Roshchevsky. He's a man so violent that most of the crew don't even want to go near him. So yeah, they got the crew, they got the boats, they got the man to lead them. Let's hop on, let's sail, boys. What could go wrong? Well, it turns out quite a lot could go wrong, Tom. I'm afraid.
I can imagine.
Pretty quickly too, because immediately they ran aground.
Meaning that they came into land.
They just crashed. But it's not ideal. But the boys in China, they need us. Let's sail. All right. So they get the boat out. Unfortunately, 2 of the other battleships involved in the fleet sailed into each other while they were waiting for the flagship to come back into the sea, and they exploded. So they're traveling at the top of Denmark when suddenly an enemy ship approaches. Okay, they're thinking, oh my God, it's happening. So they start firing rounds of gunfire, all of which miss, I should say. But good news, Tom, the ship turned out to be one of their own. Zinovy's like, oh, you know what? I meant to do that. All good. And the boat gets to them, and it turns out it's a message from the Tsar, and Zinovy's been promoted. A few days later, one of the boats in their fleet is under attack, and they say there's 8 Japanese torpedo boats attacking them, right? So there was, in fact, none.
A none.
So they keep cracking on, and they reach England. The Baltic fleet were fairly confident they'd already made it to Japan, and a warship emerges from the mist.
Did it, though?
It did. So he orders, like, fire, get him. It turns out these were fishing boats, British fishing boats that were just fishing. And even though obviously these boats weren't fighting back because they were just fishing boats, they actually turned out to win the battle because
the fishermen did.
The fishermen technically won the battle because 2 Russians were killed from friendly fire during the shooting.